What up, TMS family? And today is Wednesday, May 19th, 2021. Here on the Too Much Show, it's always real talk by real people. And I am your host, MT, and with me is my co host,
Mr. Jones, aka Sam Jones, and Mr. Come First because you gotta respect me. Drink water, live longer.
That's it. So, as always on the Too Much Show, like I said, it's always real talk by real people. And on today's show, it's simply titled Go Hard or Go Home. We talking about the NBA playoffs. We talking about the NBA playoffs right now. We're gonna also talk about Kwame Brown. And if we
Kwame Shakur, nigga. That nigga off his
exactly,
Pac shit. Everybody getting smoked.
Exactly.
Somebody probably getting smoked as we speak. Like this nigga.
Probably.
That nigga don't sleep. That revenge tour is nice. I mean, it's 20 years of that shit, but we ain't getting to it.
Oh, we definitely will. But man, let's talk about the play-in games last night. So you had Charlotte versus the Indiana Pacers and the Washington Wizards taking on the Boston Celtics. Mr. Jones, what were your thoughts?
That shit was trash. Both games was trash. that Pacers and Hornets game is a fucking travesty. Like I don't even respect the Pacers with it because there's no way in hell a Hornets team play like that. She even get 100 points, let alone 117.
Mm-hmm.
That shit looked like an all-star game on the low. And then like shame on Charlotte for not waking the hell up. Like this ain't a one and done. They had no energy on the court. And like I was telling you, number 25 for the Hornets, I know his name, but I refuse to say it because he don't deserve the recognition. Played like pure garbage on both ends of the floor.
Okay.
He was getting snatched back, shots over his face on defense. On offense, he couldn't even do a pick and roll right, like cuz of some garbage. Only people that showed up for that game was Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball, and that's it. They was playing 2-on-11 basketball.
Yeah,
like
that was very disappointing.
Yeah, McDermott was looking like Luka. Fucking TJ McConnell looked like Jason Kidd. And fucking Sabonis was looking like fucking Dirk Nowitzki. Look, man, they some shit. Nigga, Sabonis had 14 points and 21 rebounds. With 9 assists. Nigga had 21 rebounds, bruh. Garbage ass game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 9 and 10 should be canceled, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then the other game, I mean, we all know, like Tatum. I mean, he's a Mamba graduate. You know what I mean? He played like young Kobe last night. The man dropped a whole 50 burger on him. What happened to Bradley Beal being a savior? Nigga was getting his ass cooked. But at the end of the day, yeah, Russell had a very off night offensively. He looked horrible offensively.
But see, and I'm glad that you talked about that because at the end of the day, this is where I have to get on the people and where I get on Washington Wizards fans. They sit here and I get it. Yes, the debate is now over. Russell Westbrook is a much better player than John Wall. John Wall can't stay healthy.
Nobody was debating that.
Exactly. Russell Westbrook is a baller. But here's what we continue to see. What we continue to see is Russell Westbrook can pad the stats, do what he needs to do, and everything like that. But when it comes to when it counts and getting it done, he just simply can't. That's the problem that KD had with him. That's the problem James Harden had with him. That's the problem that Paul George had with him. He can't get it done. Let's just be real about it.
Well, you can't say Paul George because that dude did his own version of fucking sucking in the playoffs. Paul George wasn't no better, to be honest with you. Yeah. Might be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, Bradley Beal, granted, he had an injury, but you gotta be better than 1 for 6 back there. If you're on the court, you're on the court. You gotta be better than that. But I mean, it all goes down to this. The Wizards' Achilles heel is Scott Brooks. They got to get rid of that motherfucker. That dude hasn't adjusted in the game since fucking OKC in 2010 when he went to the finals. And he made the
Yeah,
wrong adjustment because James Harden should have started. But that's another
yeah,
story.
he should have. Um,
As much as I love
yeah,
Russell Westbrook back then, he was looking like a 6 man a year to me. Not no damn James Harden.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
James
no,
Harden is by far the better point guard. You see it more than ever today.
oh, of course. But the thing is, it's just to me, it's just overall, man, it's just sad. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's sad. Washington fans, you continue to just get your dreams and everything crushed year in and year out. But all hope is not lost. Let me ask you this. So for tomorrow's game for the eighth spot, do you think the Wizards can beat the Pacers?
Yes. Will they beat the Pacers? That is very much remain to be seen. It's a
Mm-hmm.
good chance that they could easily lose that to the Pacers, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great chance they could lose that to the Pacers. Because, like I said, the coach doesn't make adjustments. I ain't gonna lie, offensively, their rhythm is trash. And honestly, it's hard to win with a 2 man show. So it gotta be a third players that step up. Step up. And honestly, I think the guy that could have gave him energy off the floor yesterday, they ain't even play like that. Like Ian, they ain't even play that
Mm-hmm.
boy at all yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the dude Scott Brooks ain't making adjustments since fucking 2010.
Yeah,
Seriously.
now it honestly it's just sad, but Washington, yeah, they Washington teams in general, it's going to be hard for the Wizards. It definitely is. First of all, Sabonis, I think he will make adjustments and he will be on his A game. And if you ask me to pick, I'm actually going to say that the Pacers are going to beat the Wizards and get that eighth seed. I'm just gonna let the people know right now. Pacers are going to win. Wizards fans, please don't get your hopes up. Please don't sit up there and we got to shut. No, the way that I saw the Pacers playing, they are at least they're playing some type of inspired basketball. And like you said, Sabonis didn't even have the best evening. However, he did what he was supposed to do. And then you got Drew Holiday over there. You know what I mean? And then you have I forgot the other guy's name, but that team all around it just seems like they have it together and they're going to do what they have to do to get into the playoffs.
They
Everybody that's tuning in tonight, thank you. We appreciate it. We all know that nobody gives a fuck about this Spurs and Memphis game. Yes, I do have on a Memphis hat, but it's to support Jay Morant. Uh, and yeah, it is what it is with
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, yeah. They came back though. I give them that because they was down by 20 in the first quarter. They was getting it was starting to look like the fucking Pacers and Hornets game. And they found the way to bounce back. But let's be honest. I mean, are they gonna go anywhere in the playoffs? Either of these teams? No, because it's not one shooter in sight. Like they play 80s basketball over there. Everything is done in the paint.
that. Mm-hmm.
Like they're both in the bottom, I believe, bottom five in 3 point percentage and attempts. I'm sorry, it's a shooting league now. As much as I hate it too, it's a shooting league now. You can't just score in the paint and expect yourself to win.
That's
Like how
true.
long DeMar DeRozan been in the league and he still does everything mid range?
That's true.
So like
I mean,
even if
here's
they
the thing.
win, they set themselves up to be doomed anyway. They ain't going nowhere in the playoffs. Not without no 3 point shooter, consistent one.
Yeah. But let's get to what everybody wants to talk about. Steph Curry tonight going up against LeBron James and the Lakers. And remember, they're already making excuses for him. LeBron isn't 100%. Okay. And then in a meaningless game a couple games ago, he decided that he wanted to get acclimated and ended up re-injuring his ankle. So I'm thinking that they're doing two things. They're doubling down on their bets. Here's what they're going to do. If the Lakers lose, LeBron wasn't 100%. If the Lakers win, oh my gosh, look at how LeBron fought through all of these injuries to will his team to the playoff. AD will get no credit. But other than that, Mr. Jones, how do you feel about the game tonight and who do you have?
You know what though? I think for the sake of seeding, I got the Warriors winning. I've been saying that Steph Curry right now is the best player in the world, hands
Mm.
down. That dude is playing out of his mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing like he has nothing to lose at all. Like the dude has been very impressive this year. Cause let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest, without Clay, they ain't shit. It's all about him. I mean, they got Draymond, I guess, but like, what does he really contribute offensively? It's an offensive league.
It is.
So like that dude is literally he literally got the whole city of Oakland on his fucking back, and he's balling. To be honest with you, I expect a 40+ performance tonight and a W in
Okay.
a close game.
Okay.
Like the Lakers to find a way to fuck it up because you know why? I think
Why?
honestly they have a better chance as the eighth seed than the damn seventh seed. To be honest with you,
Well, the AFC, who's the number one? Yeah, Utah. Yeah, and honestly, I think that they would want to play Utah over
yeah,
Phoenix because Phoenix gave them fits in the regular season.
because it's
Let's
like
be
it's like
real.
yeah, Utah is like LeBron's Raptors in the East. I think he owns Utah. To be honest with you, like they're gonna
Got
give
you.
him a good series and all of that, but at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, I think LeBron has a mental advantage over them that they're not gonna get over the hump. They're the West Coast version of the Raptors for him. But if he
Yeah,
plays
they are.
Phoenix, them dudes ain't scared of that motherfucker. Them dudes
Mm-mm.
gonna run. They gonna run the Lakers. They gonna run the Lakers old asses out the gym.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you right now who's not scared of him. Chris Paul. Chris Paul gonna go head up with him. Plain and
Devin Booker
simple.
ain't scared. None of them scared. None of them
Mm-hmm.
scared. Cause like you said, they Jag owned them in the regular season.
Mm-hmm. So they literally gonna be looking like, okay, we see. It's almost like, how can I put this? It's like when you're in the jungle and you see that prey or that lion is hurt. What do you think you're gonna do at this point? You're gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna prance on them. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Why they down? Let's kick them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Phoenix is very fundamentally sound. They are well coached. Phoenix has a lot going for them. So with that being said, honestly, I can, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, and plus the Warriors don't want to play Utah either. They too small for Utah. Joker gonna have a field
Exactly.
day that series. So matchup
Mm-hmm.
wise, it's like the Warriors need it more than the Lakers, honestly. Matchup
Mm-hmm.
wise, because
Mm-hmm.
the Warriors could upset Phoenix in the first round. Like if Curry continue to play this way out of his mind, he could beat them in the first round.
I agree. You have to go straight at them. No, that's exactly what you have to do.
hmm And then I mean the first half over, so it's 56-49. Memphis up. So if the Grizzly gets this and they play the Lakers, I got the Lakers being beating Memphis. So eventually, I got Golden State and the Lakers being the seventh and eighth.
Okay. I'm
And
not
I
mad at that.
mean, you had any thoughts on Boston last night against the Wizards?
I mean, here's what I'm going to tell you for last night with Boston against the Wizards. I'm not sold on Boston, have not been sold on Boston. Um, the thing is with Boston, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. And what I mean by that is, how can I put this? When I say that, like, hey, they did what they were supposed to do. They beat a Wizards team that was in shambles. That's what they did.
Yeah,
So Boston is not a team that I'm going to see. I can't really
they
see them going
they
far.
finna get swept. They finna get swept. People say it's going 6 or 7. I don't think Boston got it in.
To go 6-7 against who? The Nets?
Yeah, some people are saying that Boston goes 6 or 7 against the Nets because they match up with.
Let me tell you something. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, y'all. The reason why I'm going to be honest with you, I'm on my phone and everything like that. Let me look at this. Hold on. Let me see how I can make some money off of this series and see when and everything like that and futures and let me see. That's just the game. I don't want the game. I need the actual series is what I need. Because I'm
You-
gonna tell
you-
you right now,
Go
it,
ahead.
it's gonna be a sweep, plain and simple.
It's a good chance it's going to be, bro.
It's going to no, it ain't no good chance. It's going to be a sweep. I don't have time
Uh,
for any of this foolishness tonight. I
you
don't.
think Boston can't get one?
When? When are they going to get it with all three players healthy? Please tell me which game is it going to happen? Please tell me.
It's gonna have to happen one or two. If they down 2-0, I think it's gonna be completed. But if they win one of the first two, they got a shot for it at least go 5 or 6.
Sir, sir,
It's not going
it
seven.
ain't
I give you
happening.
that.
Sir, it's not even going six. It's not even going five. I already told you what I said. I mean, what Brooke, four, four, 4 and 5. That is the one.
Yeah, it, yeah, it don't look good for Boston, man. Like the Wizards got a better chance upsetting Philly, but I don't see that shit either. Philly might get them
They
out the
too
way in
young.
5.
The problem is this: they're too young and inexperienced. That's the problem. Boston is not ready. And the thing is, here's the thing: I think that Tatum will make a couple games interesting because he's going to go out there score, 40. You know, he'll go out there and score, 30, 40 points. But the thing is, it's what his supporting cast is going to do. And if his
Yeah,
supporting cast can't get it together, like, come on, man.
yeah, it might get ugly early. I agree. It might get ugly early because we haven't really seen all three of them on the court like that too, and none of them seem like they selfish right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pick your poison. He want to get 30 tonight. You know what I mean? And then the other two get
Mm-hmm.
like 20. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be pretty tough. They're very efficient.
It's gonna be. Let me tell you something. It's gonna get very ugly for folks. I'm just gonna be honest with. But yeah, but tonight, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. But Pete, the thing is, here's what I'm just trying to let everybody know. Please do not sleep on Brooklyn. I know what the media is trying to say. I know what the main, your first takes and your what's that? Your first takes, your undisputed and everything. Oh, this don't look like the same Brooklyn team. They look like they're in turmoil. They look like they're in this and that. First of all, it's not going to happen. That is a team that they will know what they need to do to get shit done. And that is what's going to happen.
And Harden won it. James won it. He, he never
Oh,
been this
James,
close to getting it. Yeah, he been close
well,
too
what
many times not to have it.
I was about to say that he's definitely been close a couple times because remember when they made it to the finals and they lost to the Warriors 4-2.
Yeah, and he
No, I'm
made a
sorry.
couple of.
I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Not the Warriors. Well, I'm sorry. They lost to the Heat 4-2 in the finals. And then in
Mm,
the Western Conference finals, they were up 3-1 against the Warriors, and the Warriors came back and beat them.
that's what I'm saying. He been close too many times, man. I think it's time for
Mm-hmm.
him to finally, get what he deserves. He needs one.
Oh, yeah.
I
I mean,
mean, you got
and here's the thing.
Kyrie and KD. They don't damn near won the last 4 in a row. One of the two, damn near, other than last year.
Yeah, they won 3 out of the last 4. No. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, they won 3 out of the last 4.
4 out the
Yep.
last 5, for real. Because Cleveland got 2, Warriors got 2, then the Lakers got that one, I believe, right?
No, lawyers. Cleveland did not get 2. Cleveland got 1, sir. They got
Oh
1.
yeah, got you.
Cleveland got 1. The Warriors got 2. They were going for a third, but they got a little arrogant. Well, the owner got a little arrogant.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's what that is with that. Okay. So we got that out the way. We talked about that game. So I guess my question is this. So we know obviously the Lakers, if they lose tonight, they're going to play whoever is going to win between Memphis and San Antonio. I have no doubt in my mind that they could beat either one of those teams. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Um, what I'm thinking about is how can I put this? What I'm thinking about is who want to smoke. And so when we talk about who want to smoke, let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and get right to it. Okay, my brother. Okay, Kwame Brown.
Overnight.
So
Overnight
for those,
sensation.
hmm definitely an overnight sensation. So for those of you all who have been living under a rock, haven't been keeping up to what's going on, let's just talk about what's happening right now, and let's be real about it. Uh, Basically, Gilbert Arenas went on the All the Smoke podcast, which is Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
You got to rewind that a little
And
bit. You got to rewind that a little bit. It started
okay, go ahead,
before
go ahead.
that.
No, no, no,
You
go
got to
ahead.
talk about
All right,
with
go ahead.
Dr. Jeannie with Dr. Jeannie Buss was on there first. This was when it first happened. And you know
All
what I
right, go
mean?
ahead.
She was about to say something about Kwame Brown in the trade and how that was maybe addition or whatnot. Matt Barnes pretty much tapped her and was like, don't even talk about that dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he got in his feelings over that. That's where it started. That's where the smoke came. But the fire came
Mm-hmm.
is when Gilbert Arenas was on there with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. I'll let you take over from there.
But here's the thing, even with that. So Gilbert was on there and he was talking about how basically here's what happened, and which I actually don't have a problem with because we all know that this is facts. Kwame got drafted number one overall to the Wizards. Mike, who was his idol and everything like that, basically tore him down, shook his confidence, getting on him in front of his peers, everything like that. And then Gilbert, I guess where Kwame took offense was he was like, well, when Washington brought me there, you got this big man child who had his confidence broken. And then I had to be the one to try to bring him up. However, I couldn't do it.
I mean, that's real,
What the
though.
heck? It is real. Hold on. Sorry about
Mm.
that. Finally, sorry about that, y'all. A video that I'm trying to put up on YouTube tonight is finally finished after all day today. But anyway, so no, so the thing is, you have all of this, and he was like, "Yeah, you got a man child, and you're trying to build up his confidence." But like me, when they paid me all that money, I'm literally sitting up there thinking to myself, I don't have time to pick him up or bring him up where I'm at. He either got to get in or fit in, essentially. So apparently, Kwame Brown, him and Gilbert Arenas talk behind the scenes. However, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, and Stephen A. Smith, Kwame Brown had some issues with. He talked about how they going on their podcasts, they going on their platforms, and they always dogging out black men and black players. But when it comes to these white players, especially when they do violent crimes and all that, they're not getting dogged out
I
and they're
mean,
not being talked about. But go ahead.
it's truth. Because you got to think about it, why he would come out anyway. The dude was an 18-year-old teenager, straight out of high school. Came from the bottom of bottom to the point he used to have to walk the streets with no shoes on. You know what I
Charleston,
mean?
South Carolina. Yep.
Yeah, to get his being the first pick of the NBA draft in the year 2000. And let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest, Stephen A. career was built off two things: Allen Iverson giving him a shot, and him shitting on Kwame Brown for all these years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, tearing the dude down, left and right, front and back.
Calling them a scrub, all of that.
Oh, he can't play. He's a bum. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, the dude's been quiet for so long. Like, take your name out of it. And let's be honest, Stephen A. Smith is this or that, but let's be honest. Like, when it comes to his people, he does tear them down a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
it happens to his friends, like the whole
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Anthony situation.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing is, he's never apologetic about it either. And you know, one time he was apologetic is when he actually said the right thing and he spoke up on the Ray Rice situation. He gets suspended by ESPN. And what did he do when he came back? Beg Dana Jacobson for forgiveness.
Mm.
He's
Yeah.
been unapologetic for everything else but that. When it comes
Mm-hmm.
to tearing down his sisters and brothers, he was unapologetic about all of that.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I'm gonna say, man. It is tough. I feel like, yeah, he does get on black athletes, and like he's never been a supporter, or whatever, of Tim Tebow. But when it's talking about like them doing extracurricular things, yeah, he does. And a lot of these podcasts do it. And Kwame, he said something that resonated with me. He was like, y'all wonder why we get demonized and talked about and all that by these white people and why the cops keep shooting us. It's because y'all have these mainstream platforms and y'all keep perpetuating the stereotypes. Like y'all sit here, y'all get on when Deshaun Watson allegations and all that talked about, it was in circulation. Y'all kept talking about it, whatever else. But when you got a white man who admitted that I have these manic attacks and I black out, and he beat the hell out of a black woman.
Beat the shit out of her.
Exactly. And literally beat the shit out of her. And you telling me that he didn't
Nothing was
deserve.
said.
Exactly. He didn't deserve a couple podcasts and everything. And like, this is when it goes back to, and I hate to keep bringing this man up, but I'm telling you right now, this man, he has wisdom. It's Kevin Samuels. When you have a certain race of people that control the media and control the paychecks, they can control what is actually said. I don't care what person and all that says that they're free and, oh, I can do this and that. When you have them controlling the network and everything like that, they are able to control what is being said.
And it's crazy too because he makes another point. When you do go out your way to talk about, a white man or whatever, you get ostracized. I mean, look at Jamel Hill.
Mm-hmm.
She said something about politics. She get
Yeah.
kicked out.
Well.
Look, you can say whatever you want about these niggas and have whatever you thought you want about these niggas. You can put them in whatever light you want to put them
Mm-hmm.
in, or darkness.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes ratings. It is entertaining. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it definitely is a double standard with the media at
Oh,
all
it does.
times. But what I like
Mm-hmm.
about him is, you know what I mean? It's not even sports too. He as of today, he going in on mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you see what he said about the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne and all of that?
Nah, I didn't. What did he say about him?
He was like, pretty much, he needed to, keep his mouth shut like that. He's like, dog, you a fucking rapist. He said, I wouldn't even have my drink around you and all of that. You gotta see it, but he's another one that kind of talks down on his people sometimes. I mean, look at the whole little mama
No,
incident and all of that.
here's the thing. No, and here's the thing. I'm not trying to do this. I watch the Breakfast Club every day.
Yeah,
Charlemagne marvels at the opportunity to call racist white people crack ass crackers. He's
I
given,
see that.
yeah, he's given Joe Biden and everything like that donkey of the day multiple times. He's given plenty of white politicians and everything like that. Trust me, he goes in when white people are doing racist
I
things.
give you that, but what is his most popular episodes?
Here's the thing. When
Lil Mama, Birdman, his own
they're the
his
most.
own brothers and sisters.
No, but here's the thing though.
Being ridiculed.
No,
That's his
no,
biggest.
hold on.
That's
No,
that's his biggest
no,
views, though.
no. I'm not gonna
It
let you
might
do
not be
that.
him as a person. It might not be him as a person, but that's how the media want it.
No, but here's the thing. The reason why I'm getting on the whole Birdman thing is because the reason why that was so popular was because the way Birdman came in and checked all of them. That's what it was. And they made sound bites and all of that off of that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, even and here's the thing. Charlemagne actually gets on racist white people so much, and I'm putting the races in front of it because obviously all white people aren't bad, but he's getting on racist white people so much that when Chris Rock actually just had his recent interview to talk about the Spiral movie and everything, he literally Chris Rock did I guess a renewed version of what he did in his stand-up when he said crack ass cracker. So he renewed it. So you know what I'm saying? Like they'll have a fresh one versus using that soundbite from that stand-up show.
Yeah, it's
So I
equal opportunity. I get what you're saying. It's equal opportunity, but the fact remains is his most popular episodes is tearing down his own people. It's
but
not his
here's the thing
fault.
though.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. But that's what
But
people are interested in. That's
here's the
how he
thing
get the
though.
ratings.
No, but here's the thing though, because it's a couple episodes that actually surpassed the Little Mama episode. It's two of them. One of them is Soldier Boy, and basically it was based off of Soldier Boy. He didn't tear down Soldier Boy. Remember Soldier Boy Drake, and you know all those other sound bites and all of that. So that's not on Charlemagne. Soldier Boy decided to get on there and act that way. Also, all Charlemagne did was laugh and all of that, and you know, kind of like egg it on a little bit. And then another one that was highly rated was damn, I just had it in my mind, but I can't remember. But when you sit up there and you talk about even a Birdman one, he wasn't tearing down Birdman. He was literally first of all, Birdman came up there and was in an attitude, and Charlemagne just said, "Yo, get it off your chest. What you got to say." That's all it was.
But why did he have to go in there and check him? Because they was clowning that nigga before he came up there.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they're clowning him with what's factual. Think about it, though. They think about it. How many times did we hear about Birdman not paying his artists and not doing what he's supposed to do as a CEO?
It's a difference between not paying them at all and paying them what they worth. They got paid. They just ain't get paid fully what they worth.
So my thing is, if you're not paying somebody what they're worth or what they've made, then at the end of the day, you're doing bad business. Like here's the thing, and like a documentary is coming out, that whole
But
cash money.
let's be particular. Like, is he really doing bad business, or the people that letting him jerk them doing bad business? Because
It's him.
he getting the money, he getting the dividends. People still work with him. Young Thug is still signed under him and got plenty of money under him. So like,
Young Thug is not signed under him anymore.
okay, well,
Young
that's what
Thug
I'm
is not
saying.
signed under
That's
him.
what I'm saying. He got the fuck up out of there and made his money. So like, is that really his fault? They let these dudes let them jerk him? Is it really his fault?
Here's the thing: even with Slime Language 2, you literally have it's two. You have YSL Records, which is Young Stoner Life, which is Young Thug's label,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have 300, which is the I guess the imprint for it, or you know they're the front man and everything like that for it. That's what
Mm-hmm.
that is. But we can't sit up here and get on the artist because even Lil Wayne, we know what Lil Wayne meant to Cash Money. We know what he brought there from Drake and Nicki. We know the type of hits that they made. There's no reason why Lil Wayne should have been starving, should have had to attempt to file for bankruptcy. Like, there's a reason why Nicki, Drake, and Wayne, it's a reason why all of them left. So I can't sit up there, I can't give you that. But just to get back and to reel it back into where we were, yes, I completely agree. Stephen A. Smith at times, and mainstream media and everything, they don't get on some of these white players and things like that. I don't care how popular he was and what he means to the Seattle Seahawks. That man should not be in the league right now. If Ray Rice is not in the league, that man should not be in the league. All of that, he's going through evaluation and all that. He should not be allowed back in the
That
league.
dude should be in prison, let alone be in the fucking NFL.
Exactly.
Like, that shit is assault. Damn near attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking battery.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see what the fuck she look like afterwards?
Yeah, I saw it. It was sad.
But I challenge everybody to go watch the videos for themselves because I think he's making a lot of points. And let's be honest, it's 20 years of pent up frustration. That dude's been quiet for 20 years.
He has.
And honestly, have they even gave him a chance to speak his piece or his story in them 20 years? Probably
But
not.
No, they haven't. But here's the thing. Now Matt Barnes is saying, he's semi copping a plea with it. And he calls Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair, by the way. But
Got
yeah,
the keys up to your house. Got
exactly.
the keys to your truck.
Exactly. And like that's another thing too. He's calling out personal shit. And I'm just like, at this point, you
He's,
can't
they, they woke up a demon, man. They leave that dude alone.
yeah, nah,
He
you
pulling
have to.
cards. He done called
He is.
Steven Jackson a fake thug, a fake activist.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
how you gonna talk about killing niggas on the track when you're a rapper? And next thing you know, stop killing our people. Like what
Yeah.
the?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I 100% agree with him. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I disagree. You can't have it both ways. You cannot. You can't sit here and be talking on tracks and all that and talk about how I pull this and I do this and then you want to be the activist and all of that. Like at the end of the day, true activism is not about when another race kills our people. It's when our people are being killed. Period. Plain and simple. And the same way that you get upset and everything over a police officer killing us, you got to be upset and everything like that over gang violence as well.
Which he openly talk about he's a member of. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dog, the dude ain't say nothing wrong at all. And let's
Nah,
talk
he
about
did.
Stephen. Let's talk about what Stephen A. did. He took a bitch move out. He copped out all the way. Let's not speak on this man again. He's retired. Let him live his life. And the comment
Exactly.
said, hey, smack him so hard the back of his headline come back.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. At the end of the day, he's not a dumb man. He knows this is
No.
a perfect opportunity for a rollout for a multi-million-dollar podcast. And that
Exactly.
dude is riding the wave to get his new podcast.
Exactly.
That dude is about to have a podcast in the next couple of months.
Oh,
And
he
that shit,
definitely.
and that shit's going to be called Mama's Cooking. Like we already know, this is a rollout at the end of the day. But ain't like what he's doing is wrong. And honestly, one person I was shocked about that he really went on was Rachel Nichols. But when he put two and two together, it made a lot of sense. Because when he was coming up in the league with Jordan and all of that, who was the reporter for the Washington Post for the basketball teams?
Rachel
Rachel
Nichols.
Nichols. Exactly. And honestly, she does talk. I mean, the NBA is full of black men, so she does have her share talk about black men and all of that. And he
Yep.
does make a point. A black man can never get on TV and talk about a white woman like that.
Mm-mm. Nope.
How many times we seen that?
We haven't. That's the thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's another thing too. He got on Jamel Hill as well. He like, look, I know you trying to jump in there with your brothers, but this don't concern you. He was like, look, respectfully, you need to do what you got to do. He said. So which one was it? Was it Rachel Nichols or was it Jamel Hill? Where he was like, you giving up that pussy, you know what I'm saying, the players and all that for fame and whatever else. Who was he talking about?
What? What?
Yeah,
I don't remember that part. I
yeah,
don't
no.
remember that part.
Bro, I was watching a video clip today that somebody had put in one of the groups that we in, and he literally was like, "Yeah, I know you be out here slanging that pussy and all that to do, you know what I'm saying, to get on and do this and that." And I was like, "Yo,
It
he
had to. It had to be Jamel because Rachel put people on. I give her that. She done put people on. She done put
yeah,
Vince Carter on. She had put Paul Pierce on. She put Steven
mhm,
Jackson and Matt Barnes on. She do put
mhm.
people on. I give her that.
Gotcha. I don't know, but yeah. And then I mean, even another comment that he said about Matt Barnes, where he was like, you know what I'm saying, you old light skinned pretty nigga. You should be out here like Drake taking niggas bitches, but you out here getting your bitch took. Okay. I mean,
Got
we
the
all
keys to your truck.
somebody said, hey, look, man. Hey, Derek Fisher, send that man Matt Barnes some gas money so he come pick up his kids, man.
Man, if you ain't see it, it's must see TV, y'all. Y'all gotta see it. Look,
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually promote other people's stuff on here unless it's our pod brothers, but man, Kwame Brown's Bus Life on YouTube. Please
Mm-hmm.
Please subscribe to that. Look at these videos the past 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's been on fire. I'm not going to even lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell that man, Matt Barnes, start singing "I Want to Be Down." I want to be down like Brandy. He said, "You
Damn.
confused." He said, "I don't know if you're black granddaddy though. What's your white granddaddy?"
Yeah, and look, and let me just say this before we close out. I'm just gonna say this right now. Couple things. One of the things, and even with Charlemagne, and I'm gonna tell you right now. So Charlemagne is over the Black Effect, which is they have multiple podcasts and all them up under them. All the Smoke is one of those ventures. He literally said, "Y'all need to leave Kwame Brown alone." He said Kwame Brown father took a axe handle, not a axe handle, and beat his ex girlfriend or his ex wife to death, and ended up going to prison. Kwame Brown's brother turned around, killed his girlfriend, well, his ex girlfriend, and then killed himself. So did a murder suicide.
That's why. That's why he went in on the Breakfast Club. Okay,
Yeah,
because he
and
exposing that shit.
yeah, and then another one of Kwame's Brown's brothers decided that he was going to go and catch a body as well, and I think he's still in jail for it. And he caught a body like 3 or 4 years ago. So basically, and here's the thing: he don't need to
Oh
go
yeah,
in.
Gilbert too. Did you see Gilbert's Twitter? Because they talked about it behind the scenes. He the first person to squash it with Kwame, and he
Yeah.
told the story. He was like, "Look, Kwame Brown beat my ass." He was like, they was in the club one time, and like I
Mm-hmm.
guess him and his brother got into an altercation. It took 20 people to hold that man back.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but that's another thing. So Charlemagne, that might have been why he said what he said about the Breakfast Club, but Charlemagne said it. At the end of the day, leave Kwame Brown alone. So I don't even think it was another one where it was like because I guess because he mentioned him, Kwame got upset. But he said it. Y'all need to leave Kwame Brown alone because what y'all think y'all ready for, y'all may not be ready for. There's a reason why Kwame Brown is where he is. He has his property and he's chilling, not bothering nobody. Because if the whole family is with the shits, at the end of the day, Kwame is probably with the shits.
Yeah, I mean, Steven Jackson kind of took a personal shot at him, talking about his life is nothing. Like, how the hell, like, the dude
Yeah,
made so, like, even though he might have been not good in his career, he still made a lot of money.
he still made a lot of money and then he turned around and invested that money. So yeah, I think that is disrespectful as
Like,
well.
he feed the kids and all of that. He actually
That's
give
what
back to his community.
exactly. So when you say, "Oh, your life is nothing," like why? What do you? What premise are you basing that off of? Because he didn't
Nah,
live
that's
up
a
to
male's
expectations.
ego. That shit was
Exactly.
pride kicking in because he was shitting on them niggas and telling the truth.
Exactly. Yeah. No. At no point. Here's the thing. First of all, I'm going to do my research because again, Kwame, like you said, to his local school and everything, did what he had to do, provided lunch, to the kids at school and excuse me, and everything like that. So at no point, and then another thing is Kwame Brown is a father as well, and he's present in his son's life. Like his son lives with him. So for me, I'm not going to sit up there and say that another man's life is worthless or it's meaningless when he's taking care of his children. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, they said he's been giving back for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, the dude has an incredible story. You heard a little bit about his family, and he still made it out of that to be the
Mm-hmm.
first pick of the NBA draft in the year 2000. And I
Yeah,
believe that was the same class as Gilbert Arenas,
it
unless
was the
Gilbert
same.
came in. Yeah, so it's
No, it was
like,
the same class.
come on.
Exactly.
Like
But yeah, man.
his father's been locked up since he was 6. Like, dog, instead
Mm-hmm.
of like clowning this man and all that, tearing him down when he's long gone past them days, why not bring him on the show and be peaceful and let him tell his story
Well, that's
to
the thing
inspire
now.
others?
So now Matt Barnes. So the latest update, and I just want to let the people know that are tuning in is Matt Barnes actually said, "Hey, if you want to fight before the podcast, during the podcast, or after, let's go ahead. But I want you to get up on here and be able to tell your story and speak your piece." That's what he said.
That's just
So
like a setup. They gonna jump that nigga. That's just like a setup.
I'm gonna tell you right. You can say that it is what it is, but you already know Kwame not stupid. He gonna come there with security. So if they want to act stupid, Kwame gonna act stupid.
You think he should do it?
I think he should, especially if you saying that he gonna do a rollout and all that to his own podcast. I think he should do it. But here's the thing: it's gonna be tough because if he does it, it's numbers for their podcast versus if he just go on and just say, you know what, F that, they could come on my platform. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably what's going to end up have to happen. I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to go anywhere. I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to go on anybody's platform. Like he got smoke for all of them. He
Mm-hmm.
briefly said, now he said he liked Shannon, but you know what I mean, he better watch his mouth pretty much.
Yep. Exactly. So it is what it
Because
is.
the thing is, like, out of all the people that he dissed and everything, you notice one person he ain't say nothing about that everybody got something to say about is Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
That shows you a lot about that man's real character, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dog, he the only person like he ain't really say nothing about at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, I urge everybody to watch it because it's 100% factual. And it's not like he's bullshitting or anything. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, they start to kind of demonetize his YouTube videos too. And they try to block a couple of them because, I mean, I guess he's, too truth speaking out there, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. That's normally how it goes, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, update on the Memphis game 70-65, almost end of the third quarter.
Okay. All right. Well, here's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna let the people go. It's almost 9:30, so 30 minutes until the tip off to the game that people want to see. Obviously, on the West Coast, you all will be up and watching it. I'm sure a few people that got to work, or a lot of people that got to work on the East Coast, will probably fall asleep to this. But again, final predictions is Golden State wins. I think you said the same thing.
Yeah, I got to go to
Yeah,
sleep.
exactly. So with that being said, hey, I'm your host MT signing off, and with me is my co-host
Mr. Jones, aka Sam Jones, the Mr. Come First because you got to respect me. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney, and make sure y'all watch fucking Kwame Brown over the week. Peace.